And I'm gonna check audio. Haha.
Ooh, good call because I keep moving my mic around.
Good. Good audio.
Awesome.
Good enough that I didn't want to listen to myself anymore, which is some high quality audio.
Hell yeah.
Liar!
And I'm eating my nuts.
That's awesome.
And what are we doing literally right now?
We're ending the first episode of our latest series, News and Updates. Thank you so much for watching our newest series, News and Updates. Now let's get on to the actual gameplay. Hey guys, I'm Ice. He's 0.7 meters tall, and together we're not the solution to Michael's Squirtle. That is the most scuffed intro we've ever done just in life. Oh my fucking god! No, this is the worst opening.
Hey, at least none of these guys are the answer to my Squirtle either. Yeah, so one of our common friends, Shane, was like, "Yo, you should do the Squirtle. It's like Pokemon, but also a Wordle." And I am about to lose my first day. I swear. Like I've got two guesses. It's not for nothing, But still gonna be sad.
It seems that you're not a Pokemon master, unfortunately. Although I will say, it seems pretty challenging to actually guess. What's what.
Dude, I'm like 4 for 4 on Squirtles, and this is gonna be really sad because I'd like to be more than that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But in interesting news, anything happened to you this week? See, I said that like I had news, and then I asked you for news instead.
That's kind of messed up. Let's see. I learned that you were diseased.
True. I learned that Jeremy died. Sorry, Jeremy, to let you learn about it this way.
Very unfortunate. If you're just
Villager
tuning in,
also died.
if you're just tuning in for the first time, Jeremy is our editor. I don't know
And
why.
dead.
And he's dead. Just like Pitt.
At least I'm assuming that's what happened whenever we didn't get videos for a week.
It definitely isn't because I asked him to not upload anything since we weren't able to stream for a week. Yeah, so I have to ask you, how is being diseased?
Pretty good. I don't know how diseased I actually was because I decided to try to eat fiberglass insulation, but that's a different story.
No, that's
so
not
I
a different story. No, go on.
Okay, so like it was. I guess this starts with me deciding to no longer run. So like I played soccer throughout like all of my life, which is a sport for psychopaths because of the amount of running that you do. And so I said, I'll probably run when I get off to college. And so I went to college and then, didn't run. So I said recently, like, I want to start doing cardio again. And what I used to do during soccer is I used to do like boxing cardio because I hate running.
Sure.
And so in order to like do that, I took a futon and I've now hung it from the I-beam in my basement that's exposed and have a heavy bag for like doing boxing cardio, which is nice. When I did that, it's an unfinished part of the basement, so it also happened to be entirely full of like exposed insulation. I may or may not have, like bumped said insulation and then, tried eating and breathing in a large percentage
Okay, no.
said
So
insulation. And
can you go? No,
yeah.
pause. Can you go back to the part where you said eating insulation? You said that like that was a natural part of discovering insulation.
Yeah, what's the first thing you do when you're a child? You put things in your mouth. That's what Freud told me.
When were you a child and you did this? How old were you, in theory?
How old was I? I was 24, which is basically a child when you compare it to the age of Richard Nixon.
How old is
Who I
Richard
think is
Nixon
dead.
at present?
Is dead an age? Do you like?
I hope
Okay,
so.
so it's like, is that like? It's kind of weird for me. That it's like when somebody dies, it's like their current age would be. I'm like, that's not their age because they're dead, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like they don't. You don't. Do you continue to like how old are you? Like, well, if you didn't get more birthdays, due to the whole like dead part, like is Richard Nixon continuing to age? This is a question I have.
So how old is Richard Nixon truly? I don't know.
How old is any of us? God damn it.
I guess
I've never seen that move work before.
Me
and-
neither, man.
That one's for Richard Nixon.
The Richard Nixon spike.
Yeah. I'm going to. You know what? I'm gonna pick up Pitt like as a significant character to play, and then I'm gonna hit people with that and then scream, "That was the Richard Nixon."
That is
This is the
phenomenal.
worst thing I've
Okay,
ever seen in my life. I hate this so much. What were you saying about Richard Nixon?
Okay, if Richard Nixon came back to life as a zombie,
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's a band about that.
Richard Nixon undead?
The dead presidents.
Oh, okay. Not Richard Nixon specifically.
You know, we can fix that.
Could we? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
indie project for this week. We're gonna write a song that's just by the band Richard Nixon.
I thought you were referring to the fact that we were going to resurrect Richard Nixon.
We can do that too.
That seems unethical at best.
So is that.
I mean, so I guess it has to do with the phrase. So if you bring Richard Nixon back to life, that implies that he is resumed life, and therefore would still be.
Yes, well, yeah, because
200.
it's back to the life that he had beforehand. What, what in tarnation? You're like Richard Nixon because you're undead in my heart.
I wish Jeremy was like Richard Nixon.
May he rest in peace. See, that's the difference between Jeremy and Richard Nixon. Jeremy didn't do Watergate.
We don't know that actually.
You know, that's true. You know, statistically, hold on, doing math. He could be. He could be.
Okay, you
That
know
could be his last name. It could be Jeremy Watergate
It could
from
be
the family Watergate.
Jeremy Richard Nixon.
Yes.
Man, this is what happens when we don't stream for a week.
Well, we get good ideas.
Is bringing back Richard Nixon from the dead a good idea?
I don't know. Wasn't that like most of the plot of like Futurama? Never seen Futurama.
I also haven't seen Futurama because I'm an uncultured swine, apparently.
Yeah, that's for gatekeepers. You know, if you're a gatekeeper in chat,
Yo,
tweet us.
if you're a Watergate keeper in chat, let us know.
True. Those are the people that tell us we can't bring back Richard Nixon. See that spot dodge on reaction? That was sick.
That was really sick.
Just like Richard Nixon before he passed. May he rest in peace.
Died from polio. Tragic.
Okay, Jeremy, when you're editing, ask me for the link. But so there was this in high school. I had somebody send me a video link to the polio song. Now, what is the polio song?
Are you
might
talking
ask?
about?
Wait, you do?
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you said you. Okay, anyway. So the polio song, there was this like, I want to say like 3rd or 4th grade class that it was like they were learning about polio, you know, like you do whenever you're in 3rd or 4th grade, and you're like FDR and everything else. Except the point about polio, and they were educating us about, you know, polio and the dangers of polio and the victims of polio, was that I don't think that the teacher knew that the polio had already kind of been, you know, like solved, because it was a fundraiser video for research to end polio. So it was you know the lazy song by you know like today I don't feel like doing anything.
Oh yeah,
It's
Bruno
a
Mars or whatever.
parody of that done by like a bunch of kids in a classroom, and it's today they're gonna tell you about polio. It is a viral disease, as like one kid's tapping a marker, keeping time musically, and then it's like a stomp stomp clap in a classroom, and it's a weird fever dream. But I would like to clip some of it now from a very old YouTube video. Anyway, there's like a website where you can go in and donate to like endpolionow.org or something.
Isn't polio like making a comeback or something?
I think not vaccinating kids is making a comeback, you know?
That's true. You know what? If you
Like,
want to be
oh.
like Richard Nixon, don't vaccinate.
Yeah.
That's a horrible message.
Let's drink milk to that.
That's kind of messed up.
You're the one who's trying to bring polio back. I'm bringing polio back. Yeah. You know, or alternative versions of early 2000 hits. Dude, that song's like 15 years old. Shout out to
The polio
Justin
song?
Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Justin Timberlake actually invented polio.
Damn.
What the heck? Got
Eradicated
him.
before his time.
Yeah,
Any-
he's a
anyone
man
else get-
before his time.
Anyone else get nostalgic for deadly diseases?
Dude, okay, you gotta think about it like there's definitely some kids out there that in like 15 years gonna be like, oh man, you remember COVID? That was crazy. COVID went hard back then. this new mega plague is nothing. Like, speaking of gatekeepers, imagine the gatekeeping of every time somebody gets sick, being like, I had polio, I had COVID back in the day. Dude, you remember Ebola?
I do remember Ebola. It's still around. There's new strains of it on the regular.
Yeah, that is the whole point of a disease, is like to continue existing. So it's like yeah, there's gonna like mutate, but it's gonna mutate to be like less deadly because that's how diseases spread.
That's true.
Dude, I still
Man.
don't know how to beat Young Link.
I still don't know how to beat the gout.
I do know how you can get clout though, and that's by tweeting us. Twitter.com.
Want gout? Tweet us.
Is that what all the kids are wanting nowadays?
Twitter or gout? I don't know,
No,
dude.
the only one who wants Twitter is Elon,
That's true.
and he's got it now.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's like he's smart enough to where like he does things just like because there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Like when he makes Cybertruck, that wasn't a good call.
Didn't that game flop?
Yes. Didn't Youngly just die?
Yes.
Captain Falcon was like a vaccine. And Young Link was like viral disease.
He was like polio. He's coming.
Maybe we shouldn't have started streaming again.
Yeah.
I'm normally like the world's best player at two things. One of them being picking up Rob Gyro, and the other one is getting hit from like the opposite side of a move.
Does that combo frequently?
Unfortunately, yes. I went to like my second like real tournament
Ooh.
this last weekend.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
did kinda
Sorry.
good.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't you almost beat a guy?
I almost yeah, no, I almost beat somebody. Thank you for noticing. Dude, imagine losing to this. Anyway,
Okay, all right. You know what, chat? Okay, this guy messages me like, "Oh, dude, me and my friend went to a tournament." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And he said, "I almost beat someone," and then I go, "That's pretty good." And then he goes, "Oh, our friend also almost beat someone." I'm
Okay,
like,
to
sounds
be
like
fair.
a great tournament.
okay, to be fair, this is the third best player in the state, and then our buddy almost took out the best player in the state, which is like much more significant than just beating, almost beating somebody. Much
But
more
it's
relevant.
still, you almost beat
Okay.
someone.
Yeah, much more relevant to that. I also texted him and I said, "Oh, by the way, so whenever I signed up for the tournament, I said that I was sponsored by the esport team. Then there were two. So we're officially an esports organization. If you're looking to get sponsored with very little to no benefits, tweet us. We're looking to pick up players.
Do you want TTWT next to your name? If so, tweet us.
But yeah, we almost won a lot of things. That was the best part. Like a prize for best looking in high school, but that darn other guy took it from us.
Who was the other guy?
Better looking.
That man's name? Richard Nixon.
This is like the Where Are They Now? And he turned out to be Richard Nixon.
He turned out to be dead from polio.
Okay, who else? Yeah, but okay, FDR, right? We got
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
FDR as
FDR's,
a
FDR's
polio
the
kid.
one who is known for dying
He's the
from
face
polio.
of polio. Like every polio cell looks just like him. popping off over like beating people near you.
Yeah. I think I
Okay.
can.
Idiot.
I thought that killed me. Fair enough. Fair
Get
enough.
the teabag on there. Yeah, that's right. Perish, idiot. You got hit at 98 cross stage, you big heavyweight that gets comboed easily. So back from the improv days, right? I would go through, I'd be talking, and like in order to focus on continually saying things and not just like getting lost in the moment, I just like reallocated brain power away from like remembering things and instead all towards being able to talk and do other things at the same time. So I just like I'd get to the end of like a show and they'd be like, "Oh, what did I just say? I don't know. Let's find out whenever I watch the recording back later."
I am like that in the sense that I will black out after saying some inane shit. See, but I know what everyone else is saying. I just don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's just like as soon as somebody like tells me, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. That went hard."
I
You
don't,
know?
dude. Every time I rewatch one of our videos for this channel, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah,
I sound like an insane person.
we're gonna get fired one day, and it's gonna be like, "You said you remember saying this thing," and we're like, "No, not really." He's like, "It's clearly on your YouTube channel," and we're like, "That doesn't really change that I don't remember saying it." You know?
Oh god. See, we're in an environment where some people's or more and more upper management has experience to with YouTube channels and stuff. For example, I found out the other week that my boss actually made a bunch of. He was a prolific Pokemon Black and White competitive player, and he made every RNG video that I watched for Black and White. You can't really do it anymore since they changed how things work. But found out that when I was 9, I was watching my boss's YouTube videos. Kind of weird. Not gonna.
Well, who brought that up in conversation first? You're like, "Man, I did a lot with like Pokemon. I used to watch his videos," and he's like, "Wait, you didn't watch like my stuff, right?" Or was it like, "Hey, employee, guess what? I used to make YouTube videos," and you were like, "Wow, I watched those."
So I
I guess he just showboating.
no
And then
okay.
you're like, "Oh yeah, I actually watched it."
So how this conversation came up is we went out for a work outing, and we went bowling. We played 2 games of bowling. The first game, I did alright, like 90 something, which not a kind of just mediocre, but alright if you haven't bowled in a while.
That's what we shoot for here at this house.
My second frame, or the second game that I played, I got 19. Sorry, I got 18. I found out I got 18.
Bro, what happened? What happened?
I thought I had 19.
What?
I was gaming. I don't know what to say. I was trying my best. I just scored 18 total points, and the majority of those
And this
points
led to you finding out that you used to watch your
I
boss.
scored. No, okay. So everyone was giving me absolute shit for it, like in the office, like during meetings, people would bring it up and show my bowling scores of 18.
It's better than old 18-point indie, you know?
Yeah, and then my boss said, "Okay, we have to find something that you're good at next outing." And I went, and he goes, "What are you good at?" And I said, "Oh, I'm, mostly game stuff. I'm pretty good with competitive Pokemon." And he goes, "Oh, me too. I played a lot in the Black and White days. Oh, I actually made some YouTube videos. Check out my YouTube channel." And I looked, and I went, "Oh shit, I've watched all this."
You know what? I think the story actually got better. I knew the rest of that, and I didn't know that you're just absolutely ass at bowling. I think I figured out what the thumbnail for this video is gonna be.
No, don't make me draw Jeremy. Oh, he's dead. He can't make me draw
Jeremy.
anything.
Yeah, he's dead. What's he gonna do? Fire you?
I also found out that my boss is very, very good at Smash Melee. And he tried to get me to play, and I said no.
Just melee. More like smell you later. It was like sick, and it was really bad, but like the two of us were having a lot of fun just playing these horrible, horrible characters.
Speaking
You want
of,
to skip this match?
I'll try my best.
And yeah, so we got to the end of that, and then we found out that the free part of the game
I changed
involved
my mind.
that there. We found out that the free part was the fact that there was no local co-op that you could play unless you spent like $40 on the game. Drown, you little robot.
You know what? I got the run back. Come here.
I expected you once you got a hit in to be like, well, at least it's not a 0 to death now.
Oh, he's not a 0 to death now.
Why is it that most of the time I get this character, it is on the stage?
I don't know, dude. We have a pattern with what stages we get, and you can verify it. I can't believe that grab worked.
I can believe that up smashed it. Anyway, yo, 3-stocked? 2-0 to death? My Sora's
Yo.
got a nutty. Is Christmas copyrighted? No, real talk.
Actually,
What percentage of Christmas songs still have their copyright?
it's got to be all of them, dude. Think about it
Like,
this way: "Happy Birthday" was copyrighted until a couple of years ago, and that song is
Which
from the
is-
1904 World's Fair.
Yeah, but like I think like creative licensing changed between then and now, and like win is not the same win as in the past.
Oh, I don't know how to recover this kid. Oh, yes, I do. I lied.
Just like that.
Random is not being kind to me.
Maybe you're just not kind to you.
No,
I go to one tournament and I come back gassed.
True.
Oh,
All my IRL practice for this game got canceled because
work.
work-related reasons. I work at a job, and I play with people from my job who are significantly better than me.
I think most people are better than you at this rate. It is day one.
Oh, I agree, but significantly.
Ah,
Like, they're on day, like, 3,000.
maybe I'm on day 3000.
Okay, alright. You know, I'm gonna focus up. I'm
I
gonna
can
take a
beat these
stock.
guys up in a fight.
What does that mean?
About what it sounds like.
That
I'm
makes
going
sense.
to get into a physical altercation with your employer. He's gonna bring us. Hey, don't do that. That's what I learned from St. Patrick's Day.
That's basically
I've
a
learned
second
from
stock.
Patrick's Day.
I must move forward.
Things like,
Is St. Patrick copyrighted?
you know, technically under free use, the Irish Drinking song is not. Because of significant commentary reasons.